I think if you zoom out, and I'm an ethicist, so it's my job to zoom out, you see some seismic shifts that AI will bring to our societies, and that relates to our cultural aspects, how we relate to one another. You see polarization, you see people becoming more and more hostile towards each other, certain groups within society. It relates to our economy, who will get a job and who will keep a job in the future when AI is capable of automating almost 30% of the jobs that are out there. And I think the big question is, how will we manage the core principles that are part of our society? And the core principles are respecting everyone's freedoms while also treating each other equally, making sure we're all of equal worth and that our equality as human beings is respected. Equal opportunities, equal resources to make a living, to make sure you can develop the life and live the life you think is worth living. And AI will fundamentally challenge that by concentrating power to a couple of big companies. It will challenge that by automating certain jobs. It will challenge that by replicating biases from the past. It will challenge that by becoming this complex black box where we do not know exactly what's going on. And it will challenge that because we delegate a lot of the work to AI, but we cannot delegate all of the responsibility to AI because holding an AI accountable makes no sense. So the question then is, how can we have a functioning system of responsibility, of rule of law, where all these principles are upheld if AI plays such a major role in our society? So I think that is the big question we need to grapple with in the future. That's actually very important. We need to conceptualize the responsible use of AI not just as a technical problem, how are we going to use these robots and AI systems, but we need to conceptualize it as a societal problem. How is our society structured and what will that mean for how AI will be used? And the current tax law that we have, for example, almost everywhere favors capital over labor. So the tax on labor is higher than the tax on capital. Now that means there's an incentive for companies to automate away as much jobs as possible because it's cheaper. And I think if we want to have some form of a human-centered future, these are parts of the solution. We need to redistribute the benefits that come from AI to make sure everyone benefits and to make sure that a rising tide lifts all boats. And what's happening now is that AI is benefiting a few, even though the productivity gains will be tremendous, but not everyone is benefiting. And we've seen that in the history of industrial revolutions. It's the same pattern every time. There's a small group benefiting and a large group missing out. And if we want to get ahead of that and if we want to make sure our societies keep functioning as we want them to, I think we really need to consider these sorts of proposals, universal basic income and different taxation strategies.